Big news going on right now in the NBA. My man Emmanuel Quickley. Yes. Let me tell you something about IQ. Me as a fellow New Yorker, we are once a Nick, always a Nick. I'm gonna be keeping my eyes on Quickly. I'm very high on him. This season, he's averaging 15 points per game, shooting 45% from the field and 39.5% from three. This man is the truth and a half. They are coming off of a victory tonight. If you've been living under a rock, they was all traded. We done broke it down several times over, but now I'm here to tell you that Mr. Emmanuel Quickly is being compared, and he's drawing all kind of comparisons to Tyrese Maxey. If you've been living under a rock, Tyrese Maxey is the Philadelphia 76ers starting point guard. I see how the stories could kind of intertwine. Number one, you have Tyrese, who was behind James Harden. Once Harden, moved on, now you see Tyrese. He's going to be an all-star this year. They got Philadelphia as a top seed in the Eastern Conference. Homage must be paid. Now you look at Emmanuel Quickley. He wasn't going as electrifying as Quickley was. Jalen Brunson is the man in New York City. Point blank, period. It ain't up for discussion. So it was a limit. Now he is unleashed. Ladies and gentlemen, he was the starting point guard today for the Toronto Raptors. So you're talking about a guy who was destined to be, a bench player in New York in that log jam. Now he is the starting point guard looking to unleash. And they came off of a victory today over the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was a nail biter. I got the Chief Bartrand in the building. What's your thoughts on Emmanuel Quickley drawing comparisons to Mr. Tyrese Maxey? And let everybody know, are you familiar with Mr. IQ?
I'm familiar on the edges of IQ. I'm on the edges of him. He was coming off the bench, and everyone was very high on him. When he would come off the bench to provide a spark for the Knicks. But just like with any great young player, when you're playing behind certain vets and other established leaders, you have to wait your turn, or you have to go to another team. So I saw a lot of disappointment out of New York. New York Twitter was upset that Quickly was involved in that deal. They wanted to keep him in New York, but sometimes to elevate your team, there's some pieces you have to move that you may regret, but to elevate the team, a la SGA from the Clippers to the Thunder, and sometimes these deals work out, sometimes they don't. I want to see what now that he is he Schroeder was put to the bench for the quickness. I want to see what he does now. He got it. The Toronto is the perfect place for Quickly to develop because they Pascal Siakam may or may not be there next year. So if Quickly could establish himself, if Quickly could establish himself as the guy up there, then he could go where Tyrese is right now. Tyrese is on a different level flight. It is what it is, man. Even comparisons to some, I'm debating Twitter right now. Some say his role is fake. They say he's just a more flashy form of Tyrese Halliburton. All the discussions, but he's in the discussions. And as far as point guard play in the East, he's in these discussions now. Like he's in these discussions now, and I can see why he's in these discussions. If him and Joel Embiid are now the perfect pairing. And they can build around Maxey and Embiid now. Finally, and Philadelphia got big hopes this year because of that pairing. So I want to see more before I declare Quickly something to Tyrese Maxey. I want to see what Quickly does. What is his role in Toronto? Will he be the guy next to Siakam? Will it more so go to RJ? How does the role shake out once things settle down in Toronto? That's what I want to see. I want to see that.
Good question. I'm very high on the Toronto Raptors. Shout out to Marquise Noel, Mr. New York City. He plays for Raptors 905. But Like I said, I seen him politicking a lot with RJ on the bench today. I hope that tandem could get going. I like the timeline of this squad, like you mentioned. Pascal Siakam may not be there. I think he is the odd man out. And knowing Masai, I'm pretty sure they got a lot of time. The deadline ain't tomorrow, so I could see Pascal moving on. They still have a pick in Grady, who they drafted. He's getting absolutely no burn. They have to open up the door for Mr. Grady as well. I don't know what they're doing with him and his development. But we'll save that for another day because he was a high pick and they got him buried away in the G League. I don't understand what's going on with that. That's like ain't nobody talking about that.
Mm.
If that was another, hey, that's gonna be another conversation that we talk. If that was another player, it would have been front page news. But we got a top 10 pick buried in the bench. And we try to figure out what's going on. We'll break it all down. But nonetheless, I like Emmanuel Quickley. I seen today he spoke on about getting players involved. Because he said that basically that is something that his game. Pardon me, Grady was the 13th pick. I meant to say a lottery pick. Excuse me. But what I will say is this about Quickly. He spoke about in New York coming in scoring the basketball. Obviously, he was that microwave off the bench. Um, Now coming as the starter. He's the starting point guard in Toronto. He spoke about moving the ball, that next evolution of his game. Do you see Emmanuel Quickly because this man could draw some attention? Do you think that he, pardon me, he could add that to his game? Excuse me.
We're going to find out. Like now, he has the opportunity. Is he ready to embrace the opportunity? Because it's his now. You know, the roles are different. He now has to, as the point guard, he has to learn how to lead and organize that team, you know, and everything. So we'll see if he can. I want to see. That's the first game. He didn't take over too much. Pascal scored more of the points from what I saw, so he's fitting in. Like I said, it depends on what the team want him to do. If they want him to turn his scoring down and be more of a distributor, is he able to do that? Or will he have to pick his spots, distribute when they're hot and get his, as needed? Or will he take on more of a scoring role, or maybe different? Pascal's departure may make it where he has to take on both more because they're going to lose a lot in scoring and other things when and if, when, it's not an if, when Pascal Siakam is out of Toronto, So I think it's good. It's comfortable. He's in a good situation. He's starting immediately, so they believe in him up there already. They brought him there to start, not to continue off the bench. So it was good. So I like now he has the opportunity. I want to see what he does with. I am excited for Toronto myself. I like what they are also there. The teams that are serious about winning are making moves. Like it is what it is.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, we're gonna be serious here reporting the news as well. Chief, let everybody know where they can find you.
Tribe Sports, baby. Tribe Sports, Tribe Sports Media. That is the name of the channel. That's the name of the channel. You get heat, cerebral heat on that channel. Come through, pull up.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. Peace and love.